this is a special week in the shop. I got to rebuild a 74 Minimoog that used to be on tour back in the day, was put away. It needed servicing. Some key was broken. All the key bushings were bad. Needed new electrolytic caps. It needed a bunch of stuff. So I was able to work on it this week. It's getting picked up tomorrow, but before it leaves, I thought I'd show you a little bit about it. If you're not familiar with vintage synthesizers, the Minimoog is the first really portable, stage-friendly analog synthesizer that a keyboardist or any instrumentalist could take out on a stage and cut through with a drummer, a bass player, and a guitar player. They could really just cut through and do any of that. The great thing about analog synthesizers is that they're very tactile, so the time that you put in messing with it, touching the knobs and tweaking them, every parameter on here will affect the other parameters and the sound that you can get from it. So you can literally do hours and hours of exploration and still not be anywhere close to having mastered what this synth could do. But it also doesn't take that much to dial in and get a great sound from the start. Here we go. I'll start with a bass sound that this bass sound by tweaking these filters, you can also detune the oscillators, which is a cool sound. Just glide a little bit. The glide control determines how long it takes to get from one note to the other. If you turn it all the way up, it takes a lot longer. Now, this is the sound of this synthesizer with nothing, just dry signal just running in, being recorded. So if you actually put reverb on this or delay on this, I mean, it just sounds incredible. You can go anywhere. and it's pretty exciting. So it's a fun instrument, lots of experimentation. There are Minimoog clones out there. There are ways that you could get a tactile device that you can similarly adjust like this, and experiment without having to drop what would be a lot of money for a vintage Moog. But it's a pretty important development in music history, and was definitely used. And if you have an ear for it, you can listen to albums and soundtracks. It actually, in some ways, I think analog synthesizers in some ways actually made people more cinematic and more like they were creating soundtracks than they were just typical pop records. So you would actually get a lot more instrumentation that was more symphonic or atmospheric than would normally be in pop records because of instruments like this. People could kind of break free from their conventions, but also bring a lot over from the world of cinematic scoring into pop music. So anyway, I recommend, if you get a chance to play any voltage controlled oscillator with ladder filters and mixer and everything, I recommend that you check one out, and I'm glad that we were able to bring this one back. And hopefully it's about to turn 50, this thing's about to turn 50 years old. So what a better time to get it completely rebuilt and back out on the road. I'm ready to go. So thanks for watching. Peace.